Hey, it's Liz Hernandez, and welcome to Tune In Conversation. This week, I interview pop sensation Charli XCX. During the interview, Charli discussed her inspiration behind her latest single, 1999, her obsession with Tamagotchi, Tom Hanks, and so much more. But before we start, this podcast is brought to you by Tune In. Tune In brings together all the live sports, music, news, and podcasts that we all love. Original, live, and on-demand audio, all in one place. And now, Charli XCX. Well, welcome to the Tune In Studios. We have Charli XCX. How are you, Charli?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Charli, do you feel like you've just been running for so long?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
I was thinking back to the time when you were posting your songs on MySpace.
Yeah, I know.
Does that just seem like another lifetime ago?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that makes me feel really old, you know?
But you're very young.
So, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I feel like most kids don't even know what MySpace is nowadays, you know? But yeah, I started like that, and that is crazy to think, you know, I was putting up these demos and everything kind of happened through that platform. So, yeah, crazy.
So I was going back through your history. I love it. Huge international song, 2012. Then Boom Clap, 2014, 5 years ago. What has transitioned for you since then? I mean, what's one of the biggest lessons you take? Because it was like, all of a sudden, it was just international success.
Yeah, I guess for me, like, even though those songs did really, really well, I think I actually kind of began to discover who I was musically more after the release of those songs. Yeah, I mean, that time was like really fun and really amazing, and I got to collaborate and work with so many awesome people through because of those songs. But I think really after that, I learned like the music that I loved to make and the people I loved to collaborate with. So yeah, it's kind of more away from like traditional pop music and more towards like experimental pop music. So yeah, I think those songs kind of generated like a learning curve for me.
Did you have to fight for your sound? A lot of times you hear artists getting pigeonholed into a label saying, we want you to sound like this.
I fight for everything. I'm really like, yeah. So, yes. I think my main thing was like, I just wasn't super concerned about commercial success. I think obviously for the label, that's such a huge thing.
Right.
And for me, it's like, if it happens, great. But I don't have the energy to chase it and like change and manipulate who I am or my sound to obtain it. I would much rather just like make the music that I love and throw the parties that I love and do the shows I love. And if that becomes a commercial thing, cool. But if it doesn't, I'm also happy to have like a tiny piece of weirdness to my name, you know? And actually the people who I work with are really understanding of that. So it wasn't too much of a fight.
But isn't the success that much sweeter? Because when you're doing it your way and then you get to where you want to go and you said, I'm staying true to my artistry.
Totally, yeah. And I think it's definitely a longer road, but it's much more satisfying. You're right.
100%. Your song, 1999. I was laughing to myself in the car because I'm listening to it. And you said, if I can just go back to drive through my neighborhood and hear Hit Me One More Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we just celebrated the 20 years of that song being out. And you were what, 9 years old?
I was 7. I was 7.
7 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Then I feel old.
No. I mean, yeah, I love that song. What's funny is Troy was 4 when that song in 1999. So yeah, I mean, he's really a baby. But yeah, that song is so iconic, and so is Britney Spears. So it was cool to be able to name check her in this song.
I love that. Tell me a little bit about creating 1999 and the inspiration for it and everything that went into creating it.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of had the idea for the video actually first. I knew I wanted to do a song called 1999, and I thought it'd be fun to be able to make a video where I could pay homage to all of these incredible 90s moments, whether it be movies like The Matrix or American Beauty, or, you know, artists like the Spice Girls or Backstreet Boys, and, you know, just like cool kind of like viral moments like the Dancing Baby, or like playing characters like people like Steve Jobs. Like, I just thought it would be fun to be able to make a music video like that. So the song was kind of born out of that. And when I write songs, I don't really think too much about the meaning. I mean, like 1999 isn't like a deep like song about like nostalgia. It's just a fun, like, I just wanted to make a party anthem about the 90s. So
did you reach out to Britney Spears and say, hey, I need a cameo from you?
I'm not gonna lie, I did.
Good.
She was busy. She was busy, but I mean, I'm sure she is busy, but next time, maybe.
No, but you know what? I appreciate the effort. I mean, that's the thing. It's like when you are name checking someone in a song, you should be able to call them up and ask for the cameo.
Totally right. Yeah.
Charli, what have you learned the most about yourself through this whole process in the music industry?
That's a big question. Like, I think success doesn't equate to happiness. That's one thing I've definitely learned. And
that's a huge lesson in itself.
Yeah, it's a big lesson. And also just to be yourself, you know, which is hard, especially when you're kind of in an industry like this where there's so much value placed on material things and the way you look and the way you dress, and, you know, you're being pulled in like a million different directions, and people want to make you like, you know, accessible and relatable, and sometimes I'm just miserable, you know, and I don't know, like. So,
but I can appreciate that honesty, because that simple phrase, be yourself, it sounds so easy, but in today's world, it is so difficult.
It's really hard, yeah. So I have learned to try and do that, and some days it's really hard, you know, like some days it's so hard to not be like, oh, I look like I look bad, I feel insecure, I sound stupid, I'm not worth it.
The inner critic comes out.
Yeah, and that's hard. And I think everyone, whether you're in this industry or not, like just purely because of like social media, people kind of feel like that. So just to kind of like stay positive and surround yourself with people who are your real friends, and yeah, try and be yourself.
100%. Your outer circle, or I should say your inner circle, helps create so much of your inner dialogue. I mean, obviously it starts with you and how you feel about yourself, but those people either become your dream makers or your dream breakers.
Right.
They either tell you can and you're amazing and you're going to do it and they're your biggest cheerleaders, or they instill that fear because they're afraid themselves that they can't do and accomplish what they want. Mm-hmm. How has social media, you know, they always say that, you know, TV killed the radio star, and then I don't know what killed the TV star, I guess social media.
Maybe, yeah.
Do you feel like social media is having a negative effect on who our current day music stars are? Do you think because, you know, there's some people, like, you think back, I'll use Prince, for example, Mr. 1999.
Right.
He used to love having that facade of people not really knowing too much about his life.
Yeah.
Where now we know everything about everyone and their every move and where they are and where they're traveling to.
Totally. Well, I mean, I think you can still use social media in a mysterious way. You can still use social media a lot to create mystery. So I don't think it completely kind of lays everything out on the table. Although if you use it in that way and you like wake up and you're like, here's me peeing and here's me like eating my breakfast, and like, yeah, you're kind of giving everything away. But I don't think it has to be like that. And I think one thing social media does that is invaluable really is like the connection that it gives artists to their fans.
100%.
You know, so I think there's trade-offs, and I think for me personally, like, I find that that social media mainly has just sort of a negative impact on the way people think of themselves, on body image, on this idea of perfection, things like that. Which isn't real, yeah. And I think sometimes social media can really like play into that, especially when you're feeling at your lowest. But I think for artists, social media can be a really fun tool to be creative and connect with people. And like I've found out about so many amazing new artists through social media by talking to my fans, who I like went on to collaborate with and wouldn't know without them, without the connection to my fans on social media. So I think it's positive.
It's that fundamental understanding of use social media, but don't let it use you.
There you go. I've never heard that before. That's very, very good. Yeah.
Charli, what's next for you? Who are you hoping to collaborate with? Tours, new music?
Okay, so I'm making an album at the moment. I'm being very lazy though, so I'm saying I'm making it, but I haven't really done a lot yet. I'm doing that. I really want to collaborate with Christine and the Queens. I think she's so cool. So I don't know.
Speak it into existence.
Right, there you go. And I don't know, touring maybe next year. I'm going to be playing festivals and stuff this summer, which I'm excited about. And yeah, just making new stuff. I'm being very vague, sorry. It's just I'm being vague because I haven't done anything yet.
You're in the process. Everything is a process.
Yeah.
Right now you're gathering your creative energy.
Yeah.
Which I want to talk to you about energy. Is it true
Okay.
you read people's auras?
Oh, whoa. No, this is actually not true. This is something that is very funny that you bring that up though. Like my social media team and the label had this idea to make an aura reader. Mm-hmm. I don't read people's auras. It's just an app. But
got it. Okay.
But I like that rumor's spreading, so I'll take it.
Yeah, because people are going to be very aware when they come into your space, which is good.
Right.
Because they don't want to give you any,
Bad juju.
Exactly.
Okay, I gotta keep this facade up that I can actually read people's auras. It's really just an app.
Every time you walk into the room, just be like, I feel there's an energy in
there's
here.
a presence. Yeah,
Exactly. Okay, what about the digital pets that you created? Is this true?
Wait, what?
Yeah, these are all the things I went and researched about you online.
Pets?
Digital pets. There's an actual name for it. Tamagotchis.
Oh. Good. Okay, cool. Wow. Yeah, my social media team really crushing it.
She's looking at me like I have no idea what this is.
Okay, so Tamagotchis, you know what a Tamagotchi is though, right?
They're like the pets that you try to keep alive, right?
Yeah. So they were like a big toy in the 90s.
Right.
I was never allowed one because my mum was like, you'll kill it. And
for people who don't know what we're talking about, they're like Furbies, like the Furbies that you try. No, they're not like the Furbies.
They're like, it's like a
See, I don't even know.
It's like a little it's kind of like a little game thing. It's not like cute. It's not like a Furby. You don't get to touch it. It's just like you keep it alive on this little like mini game thing.
Like a tiny Game Boy or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. So it's like that. And I've just like made some for merch to give away to my fans.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charli, what's the best piece of advice you've been given?
I think it was probably my dad actually gave me this advice, which is sort of, I don't know. When I was younger, he was like, just be like Tom Hanks. And I was like, okay, what? And he was like,
excuse me?
Just be like Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks is like the nicest guy in the industry. And I was like, you don't even know Tom Hanks. And he was like, I know, but like I imagine he's like the nicest guy in the industry. You just have to be really nice. Like when I was younger, I thought it was like cool to be mean. I think everyone goes through that phase. We're like, oh my God, like all the cool kids are mean.
I'm glad you're actually saying this because I feel like a lot of people in the industry feel that it's, and maybe this is changing now, that it was cool to kind of be a jerk and that made you seem like you were elite.
Right. Yeah.
Where
totally.
it just makes you come off like an ass.
Yeah, 100%. Totally. But like I had been, I'd met a lot of people who I thought were really cool and they were just like really mean to me. And I was like, oh, like, cool, guess that's what that is then, you know, like got really sad, like whatever. And then my dad was like, be like Tom Hanks.
That's great advice, actually. I've met Tom Hanks several times.
Is he nice?
He is the nicest guy.
There you go.
And you know what? I'll also shout out George Clooney. George Clooney will walk into the room and say hello to every single person,
That's
shake
sick.
their hand, make eye contact, and just very personable.
I love that.
Never lets, and these are A-list celebrities that
There
could
you go.
just walk in and say, feed me grapes, and we'd, you know, look at them and think they were an ass.
Cool. So be like Tom and George.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best advice
I love
that
it.
I've had.
What's one thing you want your fans to know? I know, like you said, you're in progress right now. You're kind of making things happen, but you know, there's still a process to the creativeness that comes to making the album, to getting out on tour, deciding what the next move is.
Yeah. So, okay. One thing I want my fans to know, just that I am going to go on tour. Like I haven't been on my own tour for a really long time. And I think they think it's because I am afraid. And I did have like a breakdown on tour like a couple of years ago, which was actually quite scary. But I'm actually really excited to go on my own tour. And so I just want them to know I'm coming.
And not to underplay that, but I think it can be very overwhelming. I mean, you're still in your 20s. You're taking on so much.
Yeah.
And I think for anyone, I don't think people understand the pressures that come with this industry.
Yeah, no, I don't think they do. I think a lot of people think it's just
The fame.
fun and parties. And sometimes it is that.
Yeah.
But especially, I mean, there's like levels of involvement. And I'm somebody who is like crazy involved in like everything that I do. And I know that there are so many artists who are also like that. And yeah, it's a lot. It's not just like wake up, get glam,
Right. Jump on
go.
stage and party and then
Like
start
no,
over. Right.
No, it's like running a business.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. 100%.
So, yeah.
Top 3 songs in your playlist.
Oh, okay. Wow, pressure. I think Juice by Lizzo, which is like my absolute new favorite jam. Also, anything by the 1975 right now.
Yes.
I'm really, really
Yes, I'm there with you.
loving that whole album. I think it's a masterpiece. I do listen to my own music all the time. So
Gotta
I'm
be your own
gonna
fan.
put my own music in there.
100%.
Me and Troy, 1999. Boom.
There it is. What's one guilty pleasure song that you would hate to admit that you listen to that's just...
See, I love all like guilty pleasure stuff. I love it. Like, do you know the Venga Boys?
No.
You know the
If
Venga
I know,
Boys.
probably know the song, but...
The Venga bus is coming.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Everybody's jumping. New York to San Francisco. That one of my favorite songs ever.
I love it.
No lie, I love that. I will like DJ that song out like when I'm in an Uber and like my friends are like, yeah, like let's listen to something like
That's
to get us
your
in the mood. I'm
go-to.
like, okay, cool, Venga Bus.
I love it.
Love it.
Charli, you are a real pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for sitting down with us today. Thanks for stopping by the Tune-In Studios.
Of course.
And like your dad said, I think you're living up to it. You are a real Tom Hanks.
Thank you. Thank you.